The views and opinions expressed in this content are that of a continuously evolving nature and are subject to change as humanity evolves into higher states of awareness.
Right, what I say to people is, after I've asked them about whether they love themselves and they say they don't, I say, well, this is something that came to me, and I've given it to a lot of people, and I have people coming up to the mind when I go out, the mind bodies, and they say, you changed my life, Anne. I don't remember them. They said, do you remember me? Well, I meet so many people, there's only one of me, and so they remember me, but I don't always remember them. And they say, with those affirmations you gave me, I did them, and I just became a different person. And this is the affirmations that I give to people. Right, and it's important that you follow it to the letter. You get 2 pieces of paper, and on one of them you write everything you don't like about yourself. Nobody's going to see this piece of paper but you. But all your little things, like you may be a bit catty, or you may be a bit selfish, you might, but it's only little things. You're not like big things. Like for somebody who does really bad stuff, it would be, a bit different for them. But if everybody could do it. I think if they did this in prisons, the people would come out a bit different. Yes. So, no, as I say, nobody knows yourself but you. You can live with somebody, you can have children, but you've all got little things in your mind that you may say, I would love to go to Egypt and look at the pyramids, but you don't tell anybody. There's little things like that. You may love avocados and other people may not, but that's something that is part of you. You like to eat avocados. So take a long time doing this. And then on another piece of paper, put everything you like about yourself. Whether you may be generous and kind, considerate, all this sort of thing. And then with those 2 pieces of paper, you must burn them together. You need the smoke. You've got to burn them. Now, this is where the magic happens. On another piece of paper, right? Now, this does take a long time to think of it. But you must put the I am before you, because I am is the God part of you. So you say, I am love. I am considerate. I am kind. I am understanding. I'm joy. I'm full of love. I'm full of happiness. You must put the I am before. But I am wealthy. You'll always have enough money. I am healthy. I am considerate. I am kind. There's so much of it you can put down. I am understanding. I am tender, but I am strong. Yeah, I'm intelligent. I'm magnificent. So if you do that, and there's a long list, if you start really thinking about it, there's a lot you can put in there. And then with that piece of paper, you say it to yourself for 30 days, and you will become it. It's like a computer. If you put garbage into a computer, you get garbage out. If you put garbage into your computer, yourself, you'll get garbage out. For instance, if you say, I'm always in the wrong crew, you will be. If you say, I never win anything, you won't. Because the universe is giving you what you want, what you're saying. Yes? This is the garbage. But if you say, I'm always in the right queue, you'll always be in the right queue at the beginning of it. If I'm always, lucky, you will be lucky. Some people, they say you're always lucky because they know they're going to be lucky. They manifest it. Now, we are manifesting gods, right? And I'm going to tell you a story, true story. 2. There was a man who was an engineer. And when they first started to freeze things, they did it with peas. And they did it in America. And they used to collect the peas and put them in these big freezer lorries. And they would go off in the night, because it was America, and travel through the night. And this engineer had left his coat in the freezer lorry that he was mending. And so he went into the freezer lorry and somebody shut the door on him. And he couldn't believe it because he banged on the door but nobody could hear him. And they started the engine and he was in a freezer. And he knew that he wouldn't survive the night in this freezer. So he sat there and it went. He shouted but nobody heard him. Now, luckily enough, he found a little notebook in his top pocket of his shirt and a pen. So he started to write to his wife. And every now and again he was saying what was happening to his body. So he was explaining to her how he was getting cold, what was happening. He got ice in his hair and all that sort of thing. Now, when they got to the other end and they opened the freezer lorry, the people couldn't believe what they saw. Because there was this man frozen solid with ice in his hair and everything, but it was broken. He got into the wrong freezer lorry. He created it with his mind. And the only reason they knew he created it was because of the notebook. Yes, that's a true story. That's how powerful we are. We can create anything. We can create love. We can create hate. We can create pain. Yes, we can create anything. So why not create all the good stuff? I am love. I am considerate. I am kind. I am magnificent.
We are the creators of our own reality.
Exactly. This is what we are. Now, there was another lady, and I heard this one on Woman's Hour in the 70s about then. And I used to listen to the Woman's Hour every day before television, even in the afternoon. And this woman, when she was a little girl, she had the gift of playing the piano. She didn't need to be taught because she'd done it many times before, in other lives, obviously. And she was fantastic on the piano. But she lived in a council house and she didn't have much money. So the parents couldn't afford for her to have a piano. When she got older, her dream was to have a grand piano, rosewood grand piano. But they're very expensive and she couldn't afford it. But she was very fortunate because where she lived, there was a shop that sold all pianos in a shopping centre. And she would go into the shopping centre and they allowed her to play Beethoven and all the wonderful music for nothing. They didn't pay her anything because she needed to keep her hands going, yes? So what she did was she went in, she played the piano, brought the customers in, and she was getting something from it and they were getting something from it, right? Now one day she's looking in the paper and she sees a competition for a grand piano, exactly what she wants, make everything. Well, she's so thirsty for it, she wants it so much that she fills it in. She'd never done one before, and she sent it off. And she followed it all the way in the post, them opening it up, winning the competition and having it delivered and polishing it. And everything that she thought of happened. And she won the grand piano. And for 5 years, she did every competition and she won everything, everything. She won houses, cars, holidays, everything, because she created it. And in the end, they banned her from any competition because she was winning everything. Nobody else was winning.
And this was just through the power of belief.
Belief, no, creating it.
So
Belief and creating it, yeah.
Using the law of action.
Yes, the law of attraction. Yes, and everything. There's a famous, watch The Secret. It tells you how to do it. It's wonderful.
People watch these things and then they try and then they don't succeed.
Well, because they don't believe enough. They don't work at it long enough. You need 30 days to do that other one. If you're in a really bad state, then you need 100 days to do it. It all depends. It's not always easy to love everything, even the bad stuff. But the bad stuff is there because, you need the yin and the yang. How are you going to learn if you come into the world and everything is put in front of you? You know, like the royal family, they don't have to do anything. I mean, I heard the other day that Prince Charles even had his toothpaste put on his flipping toothbrush by somebody. I mean, whether it's true or not, but I mean, if the poor man can't even do that, and what a sad life he's got. And you think, well, what a fantastic life. But I don't think they do. It doesn't good if you don't have a few of the knocks in life, don't you think?